All right, Cyber Patriots, this is Daniel again with Cyber Judio, and we're going to talk a little bit about logging on to the Cisco Networking Academy. Got the screen share up. After I get everyone registered, you'll get an email address from the Networking Academy team. It'll look like this email right here, and it'll say getting started with the Networking Academy. When you open that email, you have a thing about confirming the email address, and you can do that, and that will let you get started and get into it. It'll give you a chance to set a password and that sort of thing. So your logon is going to be the email address that I've got down for you, and then the password you'll get a chance to set during the initiation of the account setup in the Cisco Network Academy environment. So when you do that, you got a tab open. It'll have the preferred language of English. Give an account, cookie policy. They've got to have that for the way that the engine works. So we're going to get the account created, and it's going to say getting started with the first chapter of Cisco for Cherubim. So I've gotten in as an instructor within the Cisco environment, and I've got 3 courses, one for each of our teams. I'll assign you to one of those teams, which gives you that first Cisco course, and you'll get the email that gets you started. So once you do that, then we'll have launch course. So we'll look just a little bit at the environment so we can get started. So we're going to launch this, and I'm using JD's account, and it's going to come into Cisco for the Cherubim. That's the middle schoolers, of course, and it's going to show you this learning environment that they have. We're on the home page here. The biggie really that you can run through is you can use the launch course, or you can also go to these modules. Let's even do that and get sort of almost closer to a table of contents view of this thing. So modules are the bigger segments that the courses will be broken up into. Get through, we're going to be targeting getting through Module 1 and Module 2. This is an introduction to networking. Great stuff. If you're going to be in IT, this is fundamental to your career in computers, or really even a career that has a computer involvement in it. When you get into Module 2, you'll get into network protocols and communications. Again, fantastic stuff to get to learn. You're going to see the packet tracer lab. That's going to be really important from a competitive standpoint. Now, getting through those two, we'll probably focus on getting through those 2 areas first, talk about questions, and then when we get to modules 3 through 7, and I'm going to scroll down through 7, that's the area that we're going to have our first competition. It's going to focus on some questions that could start with the content from module 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. In the later rounds of the competition, they'll move on to asking us questions about 8, 9, 10, and so on. And as we scroll down, we see that it goes up to module, I think it's 21 or something like that. No, just 19. And of course, that's going throughout the competition over a few months, so we'll have plenty of time for that. So you can walk through this. I'm going to go back to home and get started that way. So we click on the home tab, and we've got launch course. So I'm going to get this launched for JD to begin with. And it's going to go right to, actually it goes right to the modules view. So it kind of didn't accomplish anything there. So launch ITN chapter 1. So we just click on the link. It's going to drop down. You can see that it's in this course and these pages. And ITN chapter 1, CCNA Essentials, Exploring the Network, launching chapter 1. Scroll down, there's the next button. Sorry, I missed actually doing content. Okay, launch chapter 1. So we'll click that. Looks like it opens up another page. And so we've got the tabs here. So I'm going to go back. Here's the introduction, and this will get us started. And here we go. Here's the real stuff. So we click on the image, and it's chapter 1, 1.0, 1.01. That's I think that's something with this learning engine that they use. If anyone's ever dealt with Liberty University's online stuff, a lot of this is kind of familiar, having this module, chapter, lesson, sort of almost an outline sort of a format with this dotted notation. So if you're a Liberty user, it's that same Canvas learning engine is why it might seem familiar. So here's chapter 1, Exploring the Network. And this, I think, if I recall right when I read through some of this already, this is all pretty much just explanatory, at least all of the first module, mostly explanatory stuff. Not really technical or deep dives just yet, getting us started, and especially in those first two modules. Basically conceptual, shouldn't be too bad. Then we get to module 3, then it'll get a little more deep and a lot more interesting, and of course more in line with what we'll see in competition. So you can navigate back and forth right here. I'm going to click over, and then we're into the class activity of drawing your concept of the internet. That is not a big deal. Just it's a self-paced kind of thing. Doesn't come back or get graded. I don't have to see that or whatever. And you work through it. And then they're going to talk about some day-to-day stuff, how networks are there. We've got some videos that we can play and so forth. So we're going to work through that. We're going to work on getting through modules 1 and 2. We'll probably either at class or maybe even on an online meeting. We'll go through the questions anybody has and then get into modules 3 through 7, where the rubber meets the road, and we'll get into the competitive content. Okay, that's all there's going to be in this video, just getting started. I will add one thing that you can, when you get into, I'm going to close the module from here, and then I'm going to go see if I can go back. I'll just work my way back if I can to, let me close this one. Okay, back to My Networking Academy. I think that'll get us back to where the courses are. And seeing that here's JD as the sign-in and so forth. So this is kind of home base. And then where she has a class, she can pick a class, launch it, launch the course, or of course that'll just take you to modules, and it'll pick you back up. It'll remember where you were and that sort of thing. Other pieces here we may get into with the dashboard and assignments and that kind of stuff. But for the most part, just go through these modules and just go through sequentially, and we'll be dealing with the content as it comes. So hope that's helpful. As always, post with any questions. You can put in the comments, or you can email or text, or put it on the Facebook page, and we'll work through it and learn a lot. Great opportunity. Really looking forward to working for everybody on networking and this new phase that we're getting into in Cyber Patriot. All right, have a great day, and we will see you next time.